Hello everybody, you know why you're here, so let's get right to it. Starting off with orange, make a magic circle. I chain 4 and slip stitch to the first chain. Once you have your magic circle, chain 3. This will count as your first double crochet. And do 2 double crochets into the magic ring. So that will equal 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and double crochet into the stitch 3 times. And you will repeat this around until you have 12 double crochets. So chain 2 and work 3 double crochets into the ring, and then chain 2 and repeat that until you have 12 double crochets. Once you've completed your 12 double crochets, slip stitch into the top of your chain 3 and pull the center tightly. Fasten off your first color and we'll attach our second color by slip stitching into one of the chain spaces. And again, chain 3. This will always count as your first double crochet. Into the chain space, do 2 more double crochet. Chain 2 and into the same chain space, do 3 more double crochet. Chain 1 and go into the next 2 chain space and work 3 double crochet. Chain 2 and work 3 more double crochet into the chain 2 space. And repeat this around. You will have 24 double crochets. And then you'll fasten off by slip stitching into the chain 3, and we will attach our third color. So we have a little square forming. Attaching your third color into the 2 chain space again. And repeating into the stitch, working a chain 3 at the beginning to count as your first double crochet, and work 2 more double crochet into the chain 2 space, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet into the 2 chain space. Chain 1, and this one's a little different because into the 1 chain space you're going to work 3 double crochet into that middle space. Chain 1 and double crochet 3 times into the 2 chain space on the corner. Chain 2, 3 more double crochet into the same stitch, and repeat this pattern around. You should have 36 double crochet at the end, and just like before, slip stitch to the top of your chain 3 and fasten off to switch over to a new color. With your 4th color, you'll do the same exact thing, slip stitching into the 2 chain space, chain 3 counts as the first double crochet, 2 more double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into that same stitch, chain 1, 3 double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, and repeat this across. So 3 double crochet in each 1 chain space, and each 2 chain space on the corners do 3 double crochet, chain 2, then 3 more double crochet, and just keep repeating this around. You should have 48 double crochet at the end of this round. The nice thing about granny stitches and making a little granny square is it's really easy and repetitive, so you can just make this as big or small as you would like, but you'll make 2 of them. On the final row, pick a color that you would like to do the side straps and shoulder straps with. So I'm just going to use black and do that one more time around. And this is a good time to weave in your ends as well. Once you have your final row and 2 of these granny squares, we're going to start working on the side panel first before we do the shoulder straps. And you will slip stitch into that bottom chain space and turn to go up the side. So I'll slip stitch into a chain 2 space and do a treble crochet into the next chain space and do 3 of those. So 3 treble crochets into the next chain space. Three more treble crochets into the next chain space. You do not have to chain 1 for any of these. We're just going right into the other chain space. And you will keep doing this till about halfway up, I would say, is a good marker, but just see where you would like it to land on your side, kind of going up towards your armpit. You can always hold it up against you to see where it would be a good fit for you. So I did mine 5 stitches up, and I'm going to repeat this back and forth. So you'll turn your work and go into the open chain space next to the starting point and do 3 treble crochets into that stitch and repeat this across back to the bottom stitch. And you'll keep repeating it until you get the length of the side strap that you want, but you are going to do the same on the other side, so make sure you don't make it too big. I am doing 5 rows. So once I'm finished with both sides and connect them, there will be 10 rows of the treble crochet. So measure this out with how long you'd like it, and if you have enough armpit room, and work the same on the other side, slipping into the chain space at the bottom, and make sure everything is equal, and then we will work on the shoulder straps. Shoulder straps are going to be the same thing, so slip stitch into the chain space of the corner and do 3 treble crochet into the next stitch. I just did 3 treble crochet clusters across. I didn't want my straps to be too wide, but I did that 5 times on both of my granny squares. As always, make sure it's even, and make sure you have a little neck hole so you can just slide this baby on without it ruining your hairstyle or squishing your face. Just keep weaving back and forth, but also remember your second square so you don't make your chains too long. You can drape it over you to check. I'm using stitch markers to make sure everything is even before I stitch it together. And I also just pulled this over my head and made sure everything was looking good and how I want it. I will also say, before stitching together, flip it inside out so your weaved inside are facing out on both sides, because we're going to turn it inside out at the end to hide any of the weavings in extra. And I am just doing a single crochet across connecting the side spaces and the shoulder spaces, and then weaving in those ends to make it extra secure. That way you have a nice little seam. And repeat that around on everything. Fasten your ends off. Now we have our little vest. Turn it inside out. You can border around those edges if you would like, or just leave it as is. I think it turned out really pretty despite not knowing what colors I was going to use. But I hope you enjoy this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Granny stitches are great and easy for everybody. Bye!